Hi there, IBC family. How are you all doing? We're praying for you. We love that we get to come back together on the weekends, even though it's weird with the masks and all that, but we love being together. And, we continue to remain steadfast in the knowledge that God is on the move. And He is at work in the midst of a crazy world that we're living in that's getting crazier every day. And we love that. I don't know if you're following along with the reading that Pastor Aaron has laid out for us. We're doing that at my home, and we're loving it. It's been great. Monday, our reading was Genesis 39, 40, 41, the story of Joseph. And I was reminded of a truth that is in there that is, I would just call it integrity through injustice. Integrity through injustice. Here's a guy that suffered injustice one after the other. Remember, his brothers threw him into that pit, and then he was sold to the Ishmaelites, that caravan that came through, took him down to Egypt. He was 17 years old when that happened. Then he ends up in Potiphar's house. Potiphar's wife thinks he's pretty sweet, makes a move on him. He gets out of there. She accuses him. He's in prison now. He spends a couple years in prison, and he waits. All the while, he is waiting for God to rescue him, to get him out of his circumstances. And it's very interesting. Even when he was in prison, the word tells us that he was raised up to leadership level within the prison. Here was a young man that trusted God. He looked to God through everything. And I love that testimony. I began to wonder, how long was he in prison or in captivity? From the time his brothers sold him to the time that Pharaoh raised him into leadership, to the highest leadership, was 13 years that he waited. And it was a number of years, 9 years, the scholars think, before he actually saw his family. And so when they sold him, he was 17, and he was about 41 when they saw him again. Can you imagine what that was like? And he suffered injustice after injustice, and yet he was a man of integrity the whole time because he kept his eyes firmly fixed on God through it all, trusting Him in all of that. And then you get to end of the account when he met his brothers, and boy, they feel terrible, of course, and so forth. And he goes, hey, don't worry about it. What you meant for evil, God meant for good. And he remained a man of integrity through it all. And I just thought, what about us today? There's so much going on, and everybody is enduring what they are enduring. All of us are dealing with weird COVID stuff. Boy, the racial tensions that are going on in our country, the elections. We've been talking about these for a long time, but it feels like things are even ratcheting up into more intensity. And yet, are we looking to God in the midst of it? You know, we had that smoke here a couple weeks ago, and it just came down, and you looked around and you couldn't see anything. Shortly before the smoke left, I remember looking up into the sky, and you could now see the sky. But you looked horizontally, and it was just smoke. And then we had fog here also. And there was a sense of being trapped in here. But when you looked up, you could see the sky. And even at night, you could see the moon. You could see the stars. And I thought, that's what it's like that we are in. No matter our circumstances, when we look around, we're dealing with stuff that is out of our control, and it adds pressure to our lives and all the emotions that are there. But when we look up, we can see God clearly. And that's what He's inviting us to, IBC family, to keep looking to Him. Just look up to Him, and He will help us through all the stuff that we deal with. He will bring us peace in our hearts, peace in our minds. We will be reminded that He is the one that is in control. Our majestic God, who is our fortress, He is our rock. And in so doing, we're able to maintain integrity as His people, as His children, and walk with Him through this thing. And then God uses us, His people, in the midst of the fog, the smoke, the mist that is all around for His glory. And so I want to just say, IBC family, let's hold firm, shall we? Let's hold firm to the one who has saved us and has purpose for us. And He is anxious to use us all for His glory. And I just love, stories are already starting to, we're hearing things of stories that God is at work in lives. We're going to celebrate that when we have our celebration Sunday on the 11th of October, and I can't wait for us to hear different things of what God is doing in different people's lives. But let's keep on sharing those with one another, and let's keep looking to Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, for his glory. Have a great day. God bless you.